17 items that will be eliminated from supermarkets by 2023. Is it possible that your favorite grocery store item could be discontinued? Supermarkets are getting ready to make some big changes in response to the global trend towards sustainability and ethical consumption. Today, in this video, we will show you the 17 products that may be gone from grocery store shelves by the year 2023. Forewarned is forearmed, so be ready to see the future of retail, where everything from single-use plastic bags to sugary sodas is on the line. Let's see what the grocery store of the future will look like and be prepared to change your shopping habits. Imported goods. Imported goods may become more difficult to find as the drive for buying locally created goods develops. This, combined with government-imposed import limits and tariffs, may jeopardize supermarkets' ability to replenish their shelves with popular imported commodities. The pandemic has also disrupted supply chains, emphasizing the risks of depending on overseas suppliers and encouraging retailers to buy locally. As a result, buyers may need to be open to new experiences and embrace the advantages of purchasing locally. Toilet paper. You remember the huge toilet paper shortage of 2020? We appear to be in for round two, but this time the culprit isn't panic buying, it's paper pulp. According to Bloomberg, Russia, one of Europe's largest pulp producers, has not exported any since the Ukrainian conflict began. To make matters worse, the creation of toilet paper necessitates a significant amount of electricity, which is becoming increasingly scarce. As a result, fewer rolls are hitting the shelves and Americans are taking notice. This time, it's not a case of pandemic-induced panic, but rather a supply chain problem with potentially unpleasant consequences. Mustard. Mustard, the spicy and tangy sauce that lends zing to hot dogs and burgers, is in peril. What is the reason? Climate change. According to USA Today, drought-stricken farms in Canada, one of the world's major mustard seed growers, have resulted in a severe reduction in production, leading to a potential shortage of this favorite condiment. Costs are rising, so stock up on your favorite brand today. But there is hope. With higher rainfall, mustard output could revive next year, protecting us from a world without this delectable sauce. For time being, let us hope for rain and appreciate every last drop of our decreasing mustard supply. Beef. Beef fans beware. Wendy's popular catchphrase, "Where's the beef?" may become reality this year. Drought led many ranchers in Texas, America's largest beef-producing state, to sell their cattle early, resulting in greater slaughter and a decrease in supplies. As a result, increased costs and limited supply are expected until herds can be reestablished. It's a stakeout as beef prices skyrocket as the industry tries to recover from the effects of last year's extreme weather events. Canned drinks. Aluminum and beer shortages are making a ruckus in 2023 as pandemic-induced demand for canned goods and beverages continues. Aluminum scarcity has resulted in higher pricing and the inability to obtain canned goods ranging from pet food to beer. But that's not all. Carbon dioxide, the component that gives beer its fizz, has been plagued by supply chain challenges, particularly affecting small craft breweries. Beer costs are skyrocketing, leaving beer enthusiasts wondering, where's the CO2? And feeling the effects of the ongoing aluminum scarcity. Olive oil. Due to a tree-blighting bacteria called Xylella fastidiosa, an olive oil shortage is projected in 2023. By 2021, the bacteria had infected one-third of the olive trees in the Puglia region, which produces 12% of the world's olive oil. The bacteria reduced olive oil production by 50 to 70%, and the problem is expected to persist beyond 2023. Due to the Puglia issue and a plant-damaging heat wave in Spain in 2022, global olive oil production is expected to fall by 11% this year. Champagne. Champagne fans should prepare for a potential shortage in 2023. Demand for the classic beverage has increased in recent years despite a precipitous drop in sales during the pandemic. A production cap set by the Comité Interprofessionnel du Vin de Champagne and drought and bad weather hurting output in California and the Champagne region of France have made it difficult for producers to keep up with demand. It could be some time before production catches up, as some kinds of champagne requires years to mature. Baby formula. The baby formula supply situation is not going away anytime soon, leaving new parents in a panic. Leading brands such as Gerber and Enfamil are frequently out of stock due to supply chain concerns and production shutdowns. Some parents are taking matters into their own hands, making homemade formulas that can be hazardous to their children. Doctors advise parents to avoid preparing their own formula because it may cause illness. Regrettably, there is no fast solution to the situation, and it's unclear when shelves will be fully filled again. Pet food. America's pets are also suffering the effects of grocery shortages as a pet food shortfall persists. Special diets are the hardest hit, with many pet owners forced to resort to other options. The issue stems from supply chain concerns and difficulties obtaining critical materials such as aluminum. Canned dog food is particularly vulnerable, but with a little ingenuity, pet owners may keep their furry pals well fed. Unlike human baby formula, homemade dog food is a safe option. Sunflower oil. The scarcity of cooking oil, notably sunflower and palm oil, is alarming, and the situation in Ukraine's a major contributor. Ukraine provides roughly half the world's sunflower seed and oil supply. Similarly, Indonesia, the world's largest producer of palm oil, has limited exports to maintain domestic supplies, decreasing the cooking oil shelf even further. The shortfall is expected to persist in 2023, and alternate cooking oils may be required to keep kitchens working. Eggs. Because of the devastating impacts of avian flu, which resulted in the loss of over 49 million birds in 2022, eggs, a morning staple and baking essential, are now in low supply across the United States. Because of the massive disruption in the supply chain, there simply aren't enough eggs to go around, leaving grocery store shelves empty and prices rising. And if you thought the scarcity was just a blip on the radar, think again. As the country recovers from the pandemic and more people return to dining out, the egg industry could take years to fully recover. Tampons. Those who need them are worried because tampons are hard to come by in stores due to a lack of raw ingredients and shipment delays. Although established tampon manufacturers like Procter & Gamble have assured consumers that supply issues will be resolved in the near future, many are still unable to find their preferred brands. Tampon prices have increased by 10% due to inflation, and the New York Times advises against using tampons for longer than necessary and suggests switching to pads instead. Popcorn. Moviegoers in states like Texas, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island, where corn output has dropped, may be unhappy to learn that a popcorn scarcity has hit stores and theaters. The shortfall of maize used in popcorn and other items could linger all summer long. There may be a shortage of popcorn, but cinemas are still holding out hope that they can find a way to get enough for their customers. Frozen fruits. Due to a lack of shipping containers and increased transportation prices, frozen fruits may soon disappear from the market. As a result of the pandemic and worldwide supply chain problems, there is currently a shortage of shipping containers, which has driven up the price of shipping and made it prohibitive for many businesses. Given how many people like the convenience and nutritional benefits of frozen fruit, its potential absence could create a sizable void in the market. Lettuce. The U.S. lettuce shortage is expected to last well into 2023, making life difficult for lettuce fans. California, the principal supply of lettuce in the U.S., has seen significant crop damage due to unseasonable temperatures and an epidemic of the impatiens necrotic spot virus. Insects transmit INSV to lettuce, causing it to become bitter and unsafe for human consumption. This has had a significant impact on the United States lettuce supply, and experts expect the deficit will last through next season. Bread. Due to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, there will be a global wheat and bread scarcity. Large-scale disruptions in farming have occurred in the countries that produce about 20% of the world's cereal grain supply. While shipping has resumed since November 2022, it may be some time until wheat supplies are back to pre-war levels, which could result in a bread shortage. Wheat harvests around the world are falling as a direct result of climate change, making the situation much worse. Corn. Corn is a vital and lucrative cash crop in the United States, generating $71.1 billion in 2021, yet it faces impending challenges. In 2022, farmers were planning to plant 4% less acres of corn, which would have led to a considerable decline in the overall supply of maize, as reported by the USDA. As a result, there may be a scarcity of corn and corn-based products in 2023, driving up their prices. Corn is an important component in numerous foods and drinks, including oils, flours, and sweeteners like high-fructose corn syrup. So these were 17 items that could be eliminated from supermarkets by 2023. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on the latest news and trends.